Tokyo is one of my most favorite cities in the world. It's energetic, it's full of life, it's exciting, and it's one of a kind. And every time I leave, I can't help but think excitedly about returning to Tokyo. And in this video, we will show you why. On this trip, we had 5 whole days to experience this amazing city. And even on our 3rd time here, it felt like we had just scratched the surface. There are endless amounts of things to do and see here. And in this video, Adrian and I can't wait to share with you our food recommendations, one-of-a-kind destinations that blew us away. And throughout the entire video, we will share important travel tips that you must know to make the most of your trip to Tokyo. And we will also share with you some things that we have done during our previous trips. They're too fun to not share. From Kyoto, we took the Shinkansen at 6:45 a.m. to arrive before 9. And we made sure to buy ekibens for our journey. Have you tried ekiben? They're Japanese bento boxes that you can find at train stations. These delicious meals usually have rice, pickled veggies, fish, or meat, and they show off the different flavors and traditions of different regions. Now, I get asked a lot of questions about traveling on the Shinkansen, such as how did you travel with a lot of oversized luggage? And did you buy a JR pass? Stay until the end and I'll let you know how easy and cost-effective it was for us to travel on the Shinkansen, even with 3 gigantic suitcases that we had. Also, I'll let you know later in the video on how to get the best view of Mount Fuji on the Shinkansen. One of our favorite places in Tokyo is Akihabara, and we decided to make this our base during our trip here. Akihabara, also known as Electric Town, is one of the liveliest places in Tokyo. It's the main shopping district for anime, manga, electronics, and video games. It's also home to tons of arcades and department stores that are at least 10 stories tall. My son and I are both lovers of all things anime and we love arcades, so this was heaven for us. Akihabara is also home to many themed cafes. On our last visit, we spent some time at a maid cafe. But on this trip, we decided to give the Owl Cafe a try. We booked a private session just before the cafe closed, and we are so glad we did. The owls are all beautiful, and the little ones were so adorable. My favorite one was this little guy, Charlie Brown, while Adrian liked the mighty takoyaki. One thing to remember though, if you do decide to spend time here at the Owl Cafe, is that you have to be extremely quiet. Startling the owls is not a good idea, and we were told that owls will poop on you from time to time. And if you do get pooped on, it will bring you lots of luck. So, guess who got pooped on? Me! Now, let's see if that will really bring me luck. We'll share the link with you in the description if you're interested in going. Akihabara is extremely lively, and unless you're seeking peace and quiet, it's a great place for an evening stroll. It's vibrant. It's loud. And this part of Tokyo is full of energy that could wear you down at some point.
It's gonna open.
But it's still so fun. So, what better way to end the day by eating some fresh taiyaki, tonkatsu, and a hot bowl of ramen for a nightcap. Oh, and big glasses of our favorite soda, melon ramune. Welcome to Odaiba, the futuristic island with all the latest tech and mega shopping malls, and home to the impressive Fuji Broadcasting Center building. The first thing you'll see at Diver City Tokyo Plaza is a giant unicorn Gundam statue. This life-sized replica of the famous Gundam stands at an incredible 59 feet tall. On the hour, you'll see a small show, and you'll often get a throng of people wanting to take a look at this short but impressive display. In the mall itself, you will find a lot of retailers, including a Ghibli store and many restaurants. Our favorite place at Diver City is the sushi train restaurant, Hokuriku Toyama Kaiten Sushi, where your orders are delivered by bullet train. And this fun candy floss and ice cream shop which we had discovered during our last trip to Tokyo. Odaiba is also a must-visit for breathtaking views of Tokyo. The Odaiba Seaside Park offers stunning views of Tokyo Bay. And on clear days, you can even catch a glimpse of Mount Fuji. Here, you'll also find Odaiba's Statue of Liberty, originally erected in 1998 as a temporary tribute to Japan's relationship with France. A few years ago, we rode go-karts on the Rainbow Bridge here in Odaiba. If you're up for a bit of an adventure, I highly recommend this activity. It was a lot of fun. However, to be able to do this activity, you must get an international driving permit. The gardens around Diver City are absolutely stunning in the spring. They come alive with vibrant fields of tulips and cherry blossoms. After all the modernity in Odaiba, we took the train to Ueno Park, one of Japan's most spacious public parks and home to many shrines and museums. Ueno Park is stunning all year round. However, the spring blossoms and autumn leaves make it special during certain times of the year. It's one of our favorite places for hanami, and just enjoying the tranquility in the midst of a bustling city. If you also like to observe your surroundings and people watch like we do, it's where we find the locals and some visitors enjoying themselves doing the coolest activities. Just look at these folks having so much fun just dancing. Ueno Park is a must-visit during the magical cherry blossom season, also known as Sakura. When the sakura are in full bloom, the park becomes a dreamlike wonderland. But be warned, this beautiful season is fleeting, lasting only about 2 weeks. You'll need to plan your visit accordingly to catch the peak of the sakura's beauty. I'll share some insider tips later to help you make the most of your visit and witness the sakura in full glory. We found ourselves exploring Toshogu Shrine, which was built in 1616 and is one of the numerous shrines across the country that are dedicated to Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Edo shogunate. And right by the shrine is the 5-storied pagoda of what was once the Shibuya Temple complex, which used to occupy most of Ueno Park. Many of the structures in what was once this complex now stand isolated within Ueno Park. And another one of those structures is a Benten-Dō, a Buddhist temple dedicated to Benten or Benzaiten, the goddess of wealth, happiness, wisdom, and music. Here's a top tip. One of our Japanese hosts informed us that temples have opening and closing hours while shrines do not. The Benten-Dō sits on an artificial island on the Shinobazu Pond. And on the way there from Ueno Park are rows of vendors selling a variety of street foods such as takoyaki, yakitori, and the this delicious cake filled with custard and cheese. They were so yummy, we kept going back for more. Our next stop was Ikebukuro, a lively, energetic neighborhood in Tokyo, known for its blend of shopping, entertainment, and cultural spots. Whether you're looking to explore quirky cafes, indulge in the latest fashion trends, or dive into Tokyo's vibrant subcultures, Ikebukuro delivers an exciting urban experience. Or, if you like arcades like we do, Ikebukuro is home to many of them, including the multi-story Mi Tokyo, where we won our first prizes from the crane machines. By the way, this arcade is less expensive than Gigo, the bigger chain of arcades in Japan. And we found this obscure yakiniku restaurant, Yakiniku An-An, which we all truly enjoyed. Yakiniku refers to a style of cooking where you cook bite-sized raw meats over a griddle. There are two types, teppanyaki, where you cook on a hot iron plate, and amiyaki, which is what we did here, which involved cooking on a net over a charcoal grill. We really loved this experience, and the food was extremely affordable. We ordered a lot of plates and sodas that night, and the entire meal only cost us $37. I highly recommend it, however, be warned that it does get very smoky in there, and you may leave the restaurant smelling strongly of smoke. Christmas isn't as widely celebrated in Japan. However, there are glimpses of the holiday season all over the city. This was our first time spending Christmas in Tokyo, and we had heard of the several illumination displays in the city, so we decided to end our evening by visiting the Illuminations at Tokyo Dome. It did not disappoint. The Tokyo Dome is an indoor stadium that's home to the Yomiuri Giants baseball team. It's also a popular venue for many events. Tokyo Dome City is a shopping center and an amusement park directly connected to the stadium. It features many shops, cafes, and restaurants, and fun rides like a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel, and a water slide.
Yeah, I like this.
What'd you get?
It's hot.
What'd you
It's
get?
like scalding hot. Milk and cocoa.
The following day, we woke up extremely excited. We had been waiting years to visit this place, and finally, after multiple attempts, we finally managed to snag some tickets to the Ghibli Museum. If you love Ghibli movies like we do, movies like Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and The Boy and the Heron, then you must visit the Ghibli Museum in Mitaka. However, I'm going to warn you that it's extremely difficult to get tickets for this. Here's how to buy them. Tickets to the museum are extremely limited in numbers and are only available through the Lawson website. You can only buy them from 10 a.m. Japan Standard Time on the 10th, the month before your intended visit. So, for example, you want to visit the museum on February 25th, you must buy your tickets on January 10th at 10 a.m. It's the only time you can do so. But here's an important tip. Get on the website minutes before the clock strikes 10. That way, you'll get ahead in the queue. Trust me, as soon as that clock hits 10 a.m., there will be hundreds of people in the waiting room battling for tickets just like you. Opened in 2001, it showcases the beloved works of directors like Hayao Miyazaki, offering an immersive experience into the world of My Neighbor Totoro, Spirited Away, and more. Unfortunately, the museum doesn't allow filming or photography inside. However, the museum features interactive exhibits, original animation network, and life-size models of iconic characters. Without a doubt, a must-do if you enjoy Ghibli movies. On our way to the train station in Kichijoji, we spent some time at the beautiful and serene Inokashira Park. The park is an oasis in the midst of a hectic and bustling city like Tokyo, and an excellent place to enjoy a stroll and enjoy the vibrant colors in the autumn and the abundant blooms during sakura season. The Inokashira Benzai Ten shrine peeking through the trees was so serene and mesmerizing to look at. At the park, you can rent pedal boats, some of which are shaped like swans and rowboats. I desperately wanted to get on one, but Adrian reminded me that we unfortunately didn't have a lot of time to spare. Maybe next time. Not far from the park is the center of Kichijoji, another lively and vibrant neighborhood with cafes, shops, restaurants, and bars. Starbucks Roastery Tokyo is one of the few around the world that provides its customers with a unique and immersive coffee experience. If you haven't been to one before, they also have them in Seattle and Chicago. I'll put a link in the description to our Seattle video where we share what our experience was like there. I will also be creating a video about my experience in the largest Starbucks roastery in the world, which is in Chicago. If you have been to another Starbucks coffee roastery, then this one will feel familiar with its copper roasted coffee bean display and a working roastery where customers can watch beans being roasted in real time. Beyond traditional coffee, the roastery offers exclusive drinks, artisanal pastries, and signature items unique to Japan. Starbucks roasteries also feature bars. I ordered a flight of espresso martinis that Adrian and I shared, and I have to admit that they were delicious, especially when combined with these delicious freshly baked pastries. But beyond the food and drinks was the lovely atmosphere, especially outside on a lovely sunny day. We really appreciate you following our travels. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel for more helpful and awesome travel content. We really do appreciate it. And please do not hesitate to drop us a comment. We love hearing from you. Meiji Jingu, a serene Shinto shrine in Tokyo, honors Emperor Meiji and Empress Shokin. Amidst a lush forest, it offers a peaceful escape from the city. Completed in 1920, it symbolizes Emperor Meiji's modernization efforts that shaped Japan. Shibuya is a vibrant and iconic district in Tokyo, renowned for its youthful energy and trend-setting culture. The most famous landmark is undoubtedly the Shibuya Crossing, a bustling, organized chaos of a pedestrian scramble that's considered one of the busiest intersections in the world. Who would have thought that watching people cross a road would be so entertaining? Hundreds of people crossing every which way, surrounded by neon lights and giant screens. It's pure chaos in the best way possible. Shibuya is also a melting pot of fashion, entertainment, and nightlife, with countless shops, restaurants, and bars catering to a diverse crowd. And not to mention themed cafes. On our last trip, we visited a hedgehog cafe. Shibuya pulsates with a futuristic energy, where towering skyscrapers adorned with massive LED screens illuminate the sky. Walking around Shibuya can sometimes feel like you're in a sci-fi movie due to the district's high-tech vibe. The highlight of our time in Shibuya was our visit to Shibuya Sky, a 360-degree open-air observation deck situated atop the rooftop of the Shibuya Scramble Square skyscraper. Elevated 229 meters above the vibrant Shibuya district, it provides an unparalleled vantage point to witness breathtaking panoramic views of Tokyo. Before you step out onto the observation deck, it's important to remember that it can get really windy on the rooftop. So, if you have shopping bags and other belongings that you would like to protect or store, use the lockers they have and make sure to have a 100 yen coin handy. Shibuya Sky also features interactive exhibits and a captivating nighttime light show. The best part of our visit to Shibuya Sky was definitely the 50 minutes we spent at the roof bar. For 5,500 yen per person, you can relax on one of the couches and enjoy 2 drinks and 2 snacks. It was a great way to unwind and soak in the city views. It was such a relaxing way to enjoy the magnificent view. And we were so fortunate to have visited on a clear night. No wind, no rain, and hardly any clouds in the sky. Shibuya Sky is a very popular attraction, and I highly recommend that you book your tickets way in advance, as they do tend to sell out, especially the hours for sunset. You can book your tickets on Klook, and I'll share the link in our description. Also, check the weather forecast prior to booking your tickets. It's important to know that the observation decks close during bad weather, or if visibility is poor. There are restaurants in the Shibuya Scramble building, but they do tend to get busy. We ended up having a delicious Chinese dinner at Ginza Astor.
You like it?
Hot
And sour?
and sour.
And a snack at the Starbucks within the Tsutaya bookstore. We love Japan so much, but if there's anything bad about it, it's the fact that we cannot stop eating whenever we are here. After a hearty meal at the Ginza Astor, we still made it a point to stop at a family mart to buy some snacks. In case you haven't heard, convenience stores, or kombini, as they are called here in Japan, are the best. The food they sell are delicious and very affordable. Every day and night, we always found ourselves in a Lawson, 7-Eleven, or a Family Mart. The following day, we traveled to Nagano to visit the Jihokudani Snow Monkey Park. And this is hands down one of the best, if not the best thing we did during our entire vacation here in Japan. If you'd like to know more about our day trip to Nagano, please click on the link in the description. And trust me, you won't want to miss this video. We guarantee that you will fall in love with the beautiful and smart snow monkeys. It was so fun watching them interact with the visitors and enjoying a warm bath in the onsen. After returning to Tokyo, we explored Akihabara and savored a delicious meal at a local yakitori restaurant. They serve traditional yakitori dishes unlike those found on street vendors. Just like this smoked cheese sticks and bacon with lemongrass. Christmas morning, and we were excited, but a little weird because it was just another ordinary working day for the citizens of Tokyo. We had a jam-packed day ahead and we couldn't wait to get started. We had a lovely breakfast of soft pastries at Miyabi Cafe and Bakery.
What are you doing? Squeezing it out.
After breakfast, our first stop was Teamlab Borderless. We had been to Teamlab Planets at Kyoto City before, which we truly enjoyed. Teamlab Planets is a truly immersive digital art display where visitors explore the space barefoot. We really enjoyed our experience there, so we were looking forward to seeing what Teamlab Borderless was like. As soon as we stepped in, I was mesmerized. We stepped into a world of endless possibilities at Borderless, an immersive digital art museum in Azabudai Hills. Created by the talented art collective Teamlab, this place is a magical place where artworks blend together seamlessly, creating an ever-changing art experience. With its stunning visuals, interactive installations, and cutting-edge technology, Borderless promises a sensory adventure like no other. But our favorite part of this amazing attraction is the tea house, where you'll witness flowers bloom in your teacup. It's an amazing artwork display unlike any other. Teamlab Borderless is an experience you definitely must try. However, it's important to know that tickets do get sold out very quickly. I recommend that you book online prior to your visit. However, I must point out that your ticket does not cover the NT experience. Just a few stops away by train is the Imperial Palace, the main residence of Japan's royal family. Surrounded by lush gardens, historical moats, and impressive stone walls, it sits on the site of the former Edo Castle, which was home to the Tokugawa shogunate. The palace is not typically open to the public, but its east gardens offer a glimpse into its beauty and history. Although visiting the palace itself requires booking a tour, we love coming here to enjoy walking the grounds, and especially in the spring when the cherry blossoms are in full bloom. Strolling along one of the Edo Castle's moats, the Chidorigafuchi, is one of the most picturesque spots you could ever imagine. Chidorigafuchi's path is the most scenic spot around the moat, with a 700-meter-long tunnel of cherry trees in the spring. Speaking of cherry blossoms, I recommend checking the annual online forecast for cherry blossom season in Japan. Sakura season is short, about 2 weeks, so knowing the forecasted dates is crucial to make the most out of your trip. If I told you that eating at KFC is a Christmas tradition in Japan, would you believe me? Well, I have to say that it's true. After visiting the palace grounds, we walked over to KFC in nearby Ginza to partake in this tradition. This unusual tradition dates all the way back to 1974, when KFC launched its Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas campaign. There are many different stories about its origin, but this seems to be the one that most people believe. Ginza, Tokyo's most prestigious district, is where you'll find luxurious shopping, fine dining, and an elegant atmosphere. It features world-class department stores, high-end boutiques, and Michelin-starred restaurants. No trip to Tokyo is complete without visiting Asakusa, a lively historic district in Tokyo, known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant street life. At the heart of Asakusa is the Senso Ji Temple. This is Tokyo's oldest and most famous Buddhist temple. Founded in the 7th century, it attracts millions of visitors each year. The temple is also famous for its bustling Nakamise shopping street that leads up to the main hall. Senso Ji is dedicated to Kannon, the goddess of mercy, and is a vibrant center for both spiritual worship and cultural heritage, offering a glimpse into Japan's rich religious traditions. People come to temples and shrines to draw omikujis, small papers of fortune. If you draw a bad fortune, you'll have to tie them to this rack. The temple's opening times vary between seasons, from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. from April to September, and from 6:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. from October to March. Just a short walk from Asakusa is the Tokyo Sky Tree. The Tokyo Sky Tree is a prominent broadcasting and observation tower located in Sumida. Standing at a remarkable 634 meters or 2,080 feet, it's the tallest structure in Japan. The Sky Tree also features a shopping complex with many shops, restaurants, and cafes. There was also an outdoor Christmas market, and as darkness started to set in, the Illuminations created a magical atmosphere. Another impressive Christmas lights display that we visited was the Illuminations in Midtown Hibiya. Hibiya Magic Time Illumination transforms the area into a magical wonderland with a captivating blend of light and sound. We then walked to Tokyo Tower, where another Christmas market was being held. Tokyo Tower, an iconic communications and observation tower in Minato, stands at 332 meters tall. Inspired by the Eiffel Tower, it offers breathtaking panoramic views from its observation decks. And on that night, the lights underneath the tower illuminated the autumn leaves in a soft and warm light, and it really looked magical. If I had told you that we traveled to a place just to spend 10 minutes staring at a billboard, you'd probably think I was crazy. But let me tell you, that's exactly what we did in Shinjuku because of this. Just check out this 3D cat billboard. It looks like it's about to jump off the screen. You can find this opposite the Shinjuku Station East exit. And trust me, I wasn't the only one staring at this thing for what seemed like forever. Shinjuku is one of Tokyo's most vibrant and diverse districts, known for its bright lights, towering skyscrapers, and endless energy. It's a hub for shopping, dining, and entertainment. offering everything from upscale malls and neon-lit streets to quiet gardens and shrines. Shinjuku is also where you'll find a life-size Godzilla statue right by the Gracery Hotel. After spending all of our remaining yen at the arcade and winning a lot of prizes, so much that we had to use the extra bag that Adrian was smart enough to pack, we were ready to shop. And of course, no trip to Tokyo would be complete without visiting a Don Quijote store. Don Quijote, often called Donki, is a popular discount store chain in Japan. It's a one-stop shop for just about anything. Let me warn you though, shopping in a Don Quijote store can be hard work because it's always packed with people. Here's a top tip. A lot of Don Quijote stores are open 24 hours, 7 days a week, just like this one in Shinjuku. If you can, try to shop during odd hours to avoid the crowds. And don't forget to take your passport with you to take advantage of tax-free shopping. And to celebrate Christmas Day, and sadly our last night in Tokyo, we had a delicious meal at the Chicken Hikari, an izakaya that seems to be a local favorite. Everything we had was so delicious, from the yakitori to the mochi potato croquettes and the chicken karage. Despite the fact that our Christmas Day did not involve unwrapping gifts, this was the best present we had given ourselves. Nothing beats spending time in Tokyo. The following day, we all woke up with heavy hearts knowing that it was our last few hours in Japan, and so after a hearty breakfast, we headed to Narita Airport via the Narita Express, which we find to be the most convenient way to get to the airport without breaking the bank. If you're close to one of the stations that Narita Express services, I suggest taking this to the airport if you're flying in and out of Narita Airport. The train has compartments for suitcases, so traveling even with oversized luggage isn't a problem. And I booked my tickets way in advance, but you can also purchase tickets at the airport. However, it's important to know that even if you've booked online, you have to exchange your voucher at the airport for actual tickets. Another way to get to the airport is by booking an airport shuttle. I do not recommend taking a taxi to the airport as it costs a lot. Narita is 47 miles away from Tokyo, and Haneda is 21 miles. I'll share a few links to shuttles and the Narita Express in the description. Now, let's talk about getting around Tokyo. Tokyo is the largest city on Earth, and transportation options are abundant. However, if you're not familiar with the train system, it can get confusing. There are several train companies that own and run train lines in Tokyo, and unfortunately, not all tickets work for each company. For example, if you have a JR pass, you cannot use your pass to board the Keio lines or vice versa. So you have to purchase a separate ticket in order to be able to use the Keio line. To avoid this hassle, I suggest downloading an IC app that you can just use to scan at the gates. You can load the app with money using a credit card. I think it's a good way to budget as well. Now, what about getting around using taxis? Taxis are everywhere in Tokyo. However, they are pretty popular and can get busy sometimes. Taxis here take credit cards, but what I used the entire time I was in Tokyo was Uber. Uber works with the local taxi drivers in Tokyo, which was great. It was a great way to know how much my trip was estimated to cost, and taxis were always quick to arrive. If you're planning to head to other cities like Kyoto or Osaka during your trip to Japan, I believe the best way to get there is to take the Shinkansen. Traveling on the Shinkansen is a breeze. It's quiet, extremely comfortable, and relaxing. And the sights you see on the way are just breathtaking. By the way, if you want to see Mount Fuji from your own window, make sure to pick a window seat on the right side of the train on the way to Osaka or Kyoto. Just look at this view. Mount Fuji on a clear day will appear about 15 minutes after you've stopped at the Yokohama station. I often get asked, do I need a JR pass to travel to the Kansai region to and from Tokyo? Unless you are making several trips on JR lines to many different cities in Japan, then my answer is no. The JR Pass is handy for multiple trips, but it's pretty expensive, especially since they raised their price recently. Book your Shinkansen on the SmartX app. It's so easy, and you get to reserve your seats way in advance. Now, for the oversized baggage part. The seats in the back row or front of each carriage are those that allow you to place your bags behind your seat. Note that this is by reservation only, and these seats are limited. Choose the option of oversized baggage when booking in order to see which seats have this option. There is overhead storage on the train, but placing large suitcases on it could be dangerous. There are limitations on dimensions and sizes of baggage you can store here. There are also suitcase compartments on the trains, and you need an IC card to be able to use them. For more information, check out the JR Central website. I will include a link for you in the description. Also, I still highly recommend taking cash with you wherever you go. There are still quite a few places that prefer cash over credit cards or mobile payments, such as street vendors. And don't lose your hotel key. In Japan, most hotels will charge you a fee for not returning your key. I cannot recommend enough booking your tickets to the attractions you'd like to visit way in advance. Tokyo is extremely popular, and it's almost impossible to purchase tickets to most attractions on the same day. If you need help with planning your trip, scan this QR code for a free itinerary. And finally, get internet access by either renting a pocket Wi-Fi device or by signing up for an eSIM service, which we did through Ubiji. It was so convenient, and we didn't have to worry about roaming fees. We hope you found our video to be helpful. Please hit that like button if you did, and don't hesitate to write us a comment. We enjoy hearing from you. And please don't forget to subscribe to get notified of our upcoming adventures. Your likes, comments, and subs will definitely help us keep our channel up and running. Thanks again for watching. Stay curious and keep exploring.